Every relationship has its ups and downs. What often starts as a vibrant, exciting relationship turns into Cold War and arguing. Couples often wait until they've exhausted all of their options before they come to seek professional help. By working together as a husband and wife therapy team, we bring both the male and female approach to counseling and help them to overcome the difficulties that otherwise could cause the end of a relationship.
And the end of a family. By the time people get to us, they really are, things are hanging by a thread. There's no such thing as preventative marriage counseling. It's almost always a crisis by the time folks get to us. And so we want to find some way to get immediate results for these folks. And so we start with communication skills. There are two basic communication skills: how to talk in such a way that other people can actually hear what you said rather than react to the way you said it. And the other thing is to learn how to listen so that other people actually feel understood. Once people learn these two skills, and believe me, they can learn them in a week, in the first week that they're with us, they will be able to reduce the amount of conflict in the relationship and enhance the amount of intimacy in the relationship simply by using these two skills.
The next skill that we teach is mood management. It's important that we're in charge of our moods. We have an obligation to not dump on our spouse. So by teaching them how to be in charge of their thinking and their behavior, they can have a better relationship.
It's kind of like a waterbed. Do you remember those old waterbeds that if you moved, your partner bounced around for quite a while? That's what a symbiotic relationship is like. So there's no such thing as one of you having a bad mood. That's the reason why mood management is such an important factor to what we're doing.
Another important thing is gender differences. We often marry people that are of the opposite personality type because we find those things so fascinating in the beginning, and then after time, those become the frustrations that we don't know how we can manage to live with.
So there's gender differences and there's personality differences. And what that causes is this kind of a dynamic. And what our goal is to train those people so that the differences go like this. And then what happens is the differences actually complement one another instead of being in conflict with one another. And then you've got a team. You've got a very powerful team when you have one person handling one aspect of things because they have a certain personality type, the other person handling another aspect of things, and they're cooperating as a team instead of fighting with each other over how it should be done or how it's seen.
So even though male and female brains are wired differently, we can teach them how to use those differences to build a stronger relationship. Then another important thing we teach is assertiveness. The skills of passivity or aggression are instinctual behaviors, and we need to transcend our instincts, our animal instincts, by learning how to be compassionately assertive with each other, to let people know where we stand and what we want in a way that brings them closer rather than causes divisions in their relationships.
We want our clients to be able to have a higher level of functioning. We want them to do a learned behavior rather than an instinctual behavior. We don't want our clients resolving conflicts the way baboons resolve conflicts. We want them to be educated in a way that we know works so that they have learned behavior actually builds in a new circuit that bypasses the primitive instinctual way of it being passive or aggressive.
Conflict resolution is one of the most important parts of getting along in a relationship, and we need to teach these skills that we just talked about first so that we can then teach them collaborative problem solving. A serious danger happens in a relationship when one person feels he's the loser and the other person is always the winner. So respect and equality are important and necessary part of a long-term relationship. And by teaching them the simple steps of collaborative problem solving, both partners can say, I like this solution better than if I'd gotten my own way in the first place.
And to make sure that we have a customized to the couple that we're working with therapy program, we do diagnostics. We don't have a one-size-fits-all kind of approach to this. We have to be able to know how she's put together and how he's put together psychologically so that we can create a program just for them and their special needs rather than trying to make them fit into our program that we have put together.
Most couples really appreciate the diagnostics which we deliver to them. We don't keep the results secret. We teach them what we learned from the testing. They like learning what's right about them, and then how we can strengthen those areas where they're a little weak, so that their overall personality will be an advantage to the relationship.
One of the most interesting sessions for me with couples is after we've delivered their diagnostics to both of them, we then call them in and have them compare their diagnostics back and forth. And they'll sit there and they'll say, "Oh my gosh, that's why you always," and "Oh my gosh, now I understand why we have this problem and that problem." Because the diagnostics really do reveal to each of the partners what the details are of what's going on with their partner's life, and it gives them a perspective they've never had before.
So in summary, the reasons couples come to us for couples counseling would be to help them overcome the emotional problems that happen when they're trying to learn how to resolve problems in their relationship. Number two would be to motivate them to rediscover the romantic love and build stability in their relationships. And number three would be to help establish strategies that they can use in achieving their goals and restoring long-term joy in their lives.
Nice summary.